The Los Angeles Lakers entered this postseason with lofty expectations, the kind that naturally come when a team features both LeBron James and Luka Dončić in its starting lineup. But after being unceremoniously bounced in the first round by the surging Minnesota Timberwolves, the franchise is left with more questions than answers, and first-year head coach JJ Redick is already shifting focus toward the offseason. During a Thursday morning postseason press conference, less than 24 hours after the Lakers were eliminated in Game 5, Redick offered a candid and pointed assessment of the team's outlook. While much of the discussion focused on roster structure and future planning, one comment stood out as a possible signal of deeper issues within the squad. "We have a ways to go as a roster," Redick said during his opening remarks, "and certainly, there are individuals that were in phenomenal shape. There are certainly others that could have been in better shape. That's where my mind goes immediately." Redick didn't name any player in particular, but the implications of his remarks were hard to ignore. Luka Dončić, the All-NBA guard acquired last offseason in a blockbuster trade that sent Anthony Davis to the Dallas Mavericks, has long faced scrutiny about his conditioning. Prior to the trade, multiple reports indicated that Dallas grew concerned about Dončić's long-term fitness, especially as he approached a massive supermax contract extension. Redick's statement has sparked speculation that the coach was indirectly referencing Dončić's physical readiness. Despite averaging 30 points per game in the series, far outpacing his teammates, Dončić's ability to consistently compete on both ends of the floor has been a point of contention. Critics argue that while he excels offensively, his lack of top-tier conditioning limits his defensive effort and stamina in critical moments. Ironically, Redick's own decisions during the series have drawn sharp criticism, particularly in Game 4, when he elected not to make a single substitution in the second half. The controversial move was widely panned as reckless, especially as the team appeared fatigued while being torched by Anthony Edwards, who scored 43 points to push LA to the brink of elimination. Redick eventually abandoned that approach in Game 5, but not before storming out of a news conference when pressed about the decision. General Manager Rob Pelinka joined Redick at Thursday's session, where he acknowledged that the team lacked certain key elements, notably a true center and more defensive presence, which only amplified the irony of trading away Anthony Davis, one of the league's premier big men. Even LeBron James seemed to allude to the consequences of the deal in his own post-game remarks. "No comment," James said with a wry smile when asked about the loss of Davis. "My guy AD said what he needed and then he was gone the following week, so I got no comment." Now 40 years old, James is facing his own offseason decision. As in previous years, he told reporters that he plans to take time to evaluate his future in the league. The four-time champion brought a title to Los Angeles in 2020, but recent seasons have seen the Lakers fall short of contention, despite multiple high-profile moves. Meanwhile, the Mavericks, who received backlash for the Dončić trade, are suddenly enjoying a bit of vindication. While Dallas also fell short in the postseason, even facing fan protests and public outrage directed at GM Nico Harrison, the Lakers' quick exit has softened some of that criticism. For many, it's becoming clear that concerns about Dončić's fitness may not have been overblown. The future is murky for both franchises. The Mavericks must retool after failing to escape the play-in round, while the Lakers have to determine whether Redick is the right coach to lead a team with two generational stars and championship ambitions. For now, Redick's focus appears squarely on reshaping the culture and the conditioning of the roster he inherited. "We're not that far," Redick said, trying to inject some optimism. "But we've got to get serious. Championship shape. That's not just physical, it's mental, it's daily. That's where we need to go." Whether that message hits home with Dončić, James, or the rest of the Lakers roster remains to be seen. One thing is clear. After another disappointing early exit, changes are coming in Los Angeles.